excitement's jumping. Everybody's waiting till the fruit starts thumping. Juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. UK liquid mixture stirring, anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. UK liquid mixing shows stirring, anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids carbonated. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your mods, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beats, exhale the groove. Let's get ready for the UK liquid mixing show. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Ready? Let's go. In a world of vape, where flavors collide, we gather round with mixtures we can't hide. YouTube's our stage, where the magic unfolds. Welcome to the show, where the flavors behold. Mixing and vaping are in for a ride. The clouds we create, we can't deny. From strawberry delight to a caramel dream.
Welcome to the UK Liquid Mixing. It is a Wednesday night and it's time to talk a little bit of mixing and things. If you are in the chat, just have a look at the top and see if you're in Twat Chat. If you're in Twat Chat, swap it over to live chat and you'll keep up with everything we are doing. So who you got on tonight? You've got myself, Benny Vapes. We've got our own mixing detective, which is Liam Sherlock Holmes. We've got our own mixing maestro, which is Tim Advocate for Liberty. And we've got the green goddess of mixing, which is Lady Liberty. That's it. If you have got any questions and you are new to mixing and you really need to know something, just put them in chat and we will get round to it. Anything, any question you need in, whether it's help with a recipe, whether it's where to start, whether it's one-shots or whether it's nicotine additives putting into your vapes, we will help you out there. So yes. And if anything else you want to know, just generally. Right, I'll pop your beautiful faces up and we'll pop out the chat. It'll be easy for you to do it tonight, Liam. If I say go through chat, there's only 3 people in.
Yeah, I know.
So we'll go through chat.
Right, so in chat tonight we have Above the Clouds.
Yep.
We also have Forever Angling, who I think this first time on their on this channel. We also have John Vaping Joker. And
good evening.
Rocky Tooney and John Bonrun.
Good evening, John. Doesn't need obviously as an advert for diet pills. Nic Salts, as in Nic Salts flavoured or unflavoured. That's what we need to know. If you're needing normal Nic Salts, I would have a look around because there's some deals on. If you have a look around, Washington Vapes usually do some good deals. Vape Club have some good deals. There's also, I know Aqua Vape is doing a discount on their e-liquids at the moment. So there's a few. There is, well, that Prime Vape sometimes have deals on. There's quite a few. Unflavoured Nic Salts. If you want in Nic Salts, you can, if you are in the UK, you can go over to Nick Up. and get them from there. That's where most people get it, but that is 72 milligram, which you will have to dilute down.
Yeah,
obviously, when you put it into that.
if you're looking for Nic shots to actually top up the short fills, Washington vapes, I found they seem to be one of the cheapest ones that
Yeah.
I've seen around for Nic shots.
Yeah, you can get them from Dark Star. Also do them, Dark Star. Is another one. But yeah, if you are unflavoured and pure, which is 72 milligram, you can go to Nic Hub. If you use, is it you can get 10% off if you use is it what's that? What's the forum?
Is it Planet of Vapes?
Yeah,
POV.
POV. I think they do. But subscribe to the email because they'll send you one through when they've got 10% off or they've got 15% off. Usually they'll do it round and about holidays.
But just a disclaimer, if you are going to use the 72 milligram Nic shots, please make sure that they are diluted before you vape. Do not vape 72 milligrams.
Yeah, total 72 you'll be seeing big elephants. Yeah, I've looked at shots, rather work with the Nic Hub stuff. Yeah, like I say, go on there, and obviously if you are, I don't know how new you are to mixing yourself forever angling, but if you are new, then use gloves for the first bit. You can, as I do with my nicotine, is I put in a bottle like that, or just put the top on a bottle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do with mine as well.
Yeah, it just makes it easier to pour in, and you're not getting it all over your hands using syringes. That's the easiest way to do it. Rakituni. Couple of weeks, right? Not a problem. Yeah, so each couple of weeks I have 188 flavours. Laughing my ass off. Yeah, well, you're doing well. You're doing well. If you haven't, like I say, if you're on here and you want to know anything, if you are struggling with anything and you want to know pairings and things like that, we can help you out. Not a problem, buddy. Not a problem. Like I say, if you want into Martin, you're right. If you want to know where to get stuff from as well, if you're struggling, like I say, to get stuff, we can point you in the right direction to get concentrates and things. And we have got codes that you can use at NOMS. We've got a code if you're using NOMS. But we can point you in the right direction if you are want to do it. So, right, what we'll do, we'll see what everybody's vaping on. Little bit, what are you vaping on?
I have a Thelema Quest with a recoil with peanut butter milkshake. And, oh, I got more than one today. I got a Thelema Quest with a nitrous with that banana milkshake with butterscotch that I showed last week. My first recipe, I redid it with the extras added in. Pretty tasty. And I'll pass it to Liam.
Okay, so I'm on my looking even more battered Hadron 250C with the Steam Grave Aromizer V2 on top. And in that I am on that just really simple custard stuff.
Nice.
This, I think, is my fourth bottle of it. So it's going down well. And I will pass it over to Tim.
Okay, Battle Mods UK has to start, and I think Liam's winning. So I got the Vena on top of the brain box that Additives sent. I cleaned it out right down to the very last screw, took it all apart and cleaned it up nice. Figured out that there's actually an adjustable screw in the 510 pin, which is why I was not getting a good connection. And then in that I got that coconut banana cheesecake that I made.
Ooh. We'll talk about that tonight because we'll talk about
and I'll pass it to Benny because that's all I got over here right at the moment.
I'm on the Vupu Mini with the Eclipse on top, and inside that I've just got my last of me Pucker Juice thing that I'm trying to get rid of. Tropical. I've also got the cooker, and inside that I've got some Drake's Ivana cigar, which is quite nice, which is from Concentrate. And that is me for tonight. Everything else is in my pocket for work and that. So, Forever Angling's just been doing single flavour testing at the moment. So I know what everything tastes like. Yeah, good way to start out. If you want to get into it properly and realise how to, where they're going to play and that, well, is by single flavour testing them. But it does take a while, mate. You are going to be there. 188 flavours. You're going to be there a while doing them, to be honest with you.
It does look like somebody has actually been doing their research beforehand, though.
Yes.
Actually started off with the single flavor tests,
Yes.
which is it's good to see. But as Benny said, it does become quite
tedious.
I mean,
tedious.
ask Cassie about chocolates.
Yes.
Don't ask Cassie about chocolates.
And after caramels, tobaccos, anything that's got toffee in it or all like that, she'll be saying the same thing about that as well.
Well, at least it's not all the same thing every time. There's like so many different ones we're doing that it's like easy to change it up. So it's not getting old yet.
All right, so I've just dropped a link in the chat for my flavor Bible for Forever Angling to have a little look through if they want to. And do not print it out. Don't print it. If you love trees, don't print it.
Yes. So if you didn't know what this is,
there's another side to that. If you want to support your local lumberjacks, print it.
yes. If you don't know what that is, Liam spent a lot of time doing chefs testing for them, for chefs' flavors, and he's made notes on quite a lot of the flavorings. So if you want to have a look and see what he got, you can compare it what you're doing if you're single flavor testing, or you can just say, well, I'll take it what Liam said and we'll see how it goes. That's what he's done it for. So it's quite
it depends on if my tastes are the same as yours, basically. There's I think there's about 2, maybe 3 years worth of flavor testing in there.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was doing 60 a month.
Yes, yeah.
So there's quite a few.
So he's the king of single flavor testing.
They will be all of the older flavors though. So none of the new ones that have just come out won't be on there because when Benny was saying flavor testing becomes a chore, I burnt myself out a little bit on the flavor testing and haven't done any now for a while. But you can also check out Tim's channel as well, where he goes through a lot of single flavor tests along with Cassie, Lady Liberty. You've also got on the ELR forums as well, Session Drummer. Is it Session Drummer? Goes through a lot of single flavor tests as well.
And there's Noted,
I believe so.
as well. All the old Noted shows
Yep,
are still
noted.
up there.
Yes.
You're right, John. You're right, Graham.
Yeah, well, we didn't go over. I noted there's still some profiles we didn't go over, but the old crew had went over. So other than the new flavors like Liam, they would be on there.
Yeah. So there's plenty of resources there if you are looking to bypass single flavor. But if you want to get better, it is better to single flavoring, but it does become tedious after a while. You're thinking, God, I just want to jump in here. Do you know what I mean? And start mixing.
Benny has about this much ambition for it, so
Yeah.
for single flavor testing.
I just find it fucking monotonous. To be fair.
Yeah, because we don't, not at all.
We don't do at least 40 a month for the series plus any single flavor testing for new releases or betas or nothing. No, none of that. None.
I just find I'm too impatient. That's my problem. I just have no patience. No patience. Just want to get in and get it done. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So what was on about with Cheesecake was that Punk Rock Vapor is thinking about doing a little bit of a thing on his show, something a bit different, and doing a little bit of a mixing on his show. He's never done anything. I was watching it the other day, and he says he's never done it. He says it's just an idea throwing it out there. And someone put up a mango coconut cheesecake. So I thought, well, if he's watching there, we can let him help him out a little bit, and maybe he can get them flavours and see what he thinks.
Like you could just replace the banana in here, the banana cream with mango.
Yeah.
You'd be all set.
Yeah, but what mango would
one.
you use? What mango? Because you don't want it too forward mango, because mango could be a bit forward.
Well, it depends. I mean,
know
if you're
what I mean?
going for a cheesecake, do you want a more natural mango or a candied mango? That's a good question.
You definitely wouldn't want a juicy mango because
No, you don't want juicy,
It
but-
might not go quite well. I mean,
But you might, but candied or natural? That'd be a good question. What's going to go better with your cheesecake?
See, Cap Sweet Mango is a good shout, I think. The FA Indian mango I really, really enjoyed. That's more of a realistic type of mango. And Flavora mango is excellent as well, but very strong.
Yeah, like I say, you
the
don't want
new
it too forward,
natural, the new natural mango from Wonder Flavors is actually it was mango, right? Hon? Didn't it? It wasn't a mango. This came out with a guava. It came out with guava. I thought we did mango too.
I think they had a mango.
I think we did a mango too that was actually really good. It's nice and natural flavor. You know how they have like a little spice to their some of their
Yeah.
SC versions? The spice is gone in the natural versions.
Yeah. Like I say, you don't want it too far because, like I say, mango can be one or two things. It can either taste really nice or just taste absolutely. Yeah, don't want cap-piss mango either. Exactly, that's the thing.
No.
You don't. You know, Filipino mango can go a bit like that.
Yeah, but again, I don't know whether that cat piss notes in some of the mangoes and some of the black currants and some of the guavas. I don't know whether that's more of an individual thing or whether it's as a whole. I'm not sure whether some people might be more sensitive to that sort of smell and pick it up easier than others.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say,
Well, there's more of a room note too. You don't necessarily get it yourself. The others around you might pick it up for you. That's what happened with that grapefruit, the squeezed grapefruit. I was loving it. Got it.
Right.
Was loving it. Got the tester and at the shop, and then Cassie mentioned, "Can you stop vaping that? It stinks."
yeah. For anglers, what are the SC versions of stuff about? So if you didn't know, there's not much difference between the two. So they've brought out a natural, what they call natural, which is for sodas and things like that and drinks, and that's the difference in them. So if you have got the SC versions normally, then you don't have to get the raw. That's the difference.
Yeah, that SC basically stands for super concentrated.
Yeah.
So theoretically, they should be a lot stronger than their flavor of the same name without the SC in there.
Yeah.
The naturals, however, Benny, are different.
Yeah,
the naturals are completely different.
Yeah,
I thought they said the one, wasn't it? When you say you didn't have to get them.
No, they are not. They are naturally occurring, like whatever they use to build it is naturally occurring, which means they have to reformulate in most cases. Not the same as the SC, but they might have like a regular version of it, like the watermelon. There's a sour watermelon from Wonder Flavors. They had the regular, and then they had the super concentrated version. Super concentrated is just a more condensed version. Of the other. But the naturals are a completely third party situation.
All right.
That's why there's such drastic differences in some of them, yet some of them are almost spot on.
Right.
The chocolate pudding is completely so much better in the natural version, for example, for Wonder Flavors.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the SC versions, you're going to be looking at like 1 to 3% sort of usage in recipes. Whereas with their non-SC versions, you could be looking at using up to, say, even
4 to 8,
7 to 8% with some of them. But again, they're not all created equally. So you might get an SC flavor that is a little bit weaker than all the others, and you can get away with using it at 4%. You might get an SC flavor that is a lot stronger than the others, and you don't want to take it over 1%.
Or a half.
Yeah.
In some cases, a half will blow out your taste buds. Yes.
Yeah. But again, that's where looking at people's notes and also doing the single flavor testing yourself also comes in handy, because you'll actually figure out where it sits best for your taste buds.
Which is why there's two different medians, by the way, if you notice on ELR. You have your one median, which is your mix median, what it's been mixed at, which is what I typically like to mix off of because I want to know what it's going to taste like in a mix. And then there's another median for if you're single flavoring it, but that's not going to give you the same flavor you're going to use in a mix. So for me, that's kind of an off thing. It might push out really nice or might blow out the flavor. Either way, it's not going to be equal to what you're mixing in your mix. I want to know what notes I'm going to get one in my mix because it makes a difference to me.
Fair English is putting, does Cap Fizz Pop do anything? Has anybody used Cap Fizz Pop?
Not one I've got around to, but it sounds like just from the name, It sounds like it's an additive that's supposed to add
Yes.
the
Fizz.
effervescence. Yeah,
Yeah.
effervescence.
Hey up, Vic.
And
All right, mate.
the
Hope you're well, buddy. Congratulations on your new job.
Hey, Vic. The vast majority of the additives that add fizz don't work or don't work consistently.
Yeah, the door champagne used to be a thing that gives you effervescence if you do want that sort of fizz sort of thing.
Worked for me for about a month and then just
Yeah,
died off
yeah.
and never come back.
Yeah, you don't get it. Fizzy is more of a feel than a smell, you know, because when you're vaping, you smell using, you know, rather than on your tongue sort of thing. It's, you know. Finney says it does not make things fizzy if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, he says, yeah, I don't feel like it does. Yeah, so obviously you've tried it and thought it don't do fuck all. Yeah, basically, yeah. FA Polar Blast is a bit different, is Polar Blast.
Yeah.
Tried that at 5% and nothing. It's supposed to give you the cooling on the exhale, is Polar Blast, in it, not on the inhale. That's what it's supposed to do. I'm sure that's Polar Blast that does that. I didn't find it did jack shit, to be honest with you. I wasn't really getting anything out of it. You're right, I didn't get that cooling at all. It tasted off. I got an off note to it. I didn't like. I thought I was going to get something really nice, and I didn't like it at all. So yeah, you probably are. It's probably not. If you're looking for that coldness, then you WS21. Do you know what I mean? 23.
WS23.
21. Where'd they get 21 from? 23.
I have no idea.
Forever 21.
Yeah, WS21. It's a little bit. It's not as cold as a 23. It's because I've been to physio tonight.
Stuck on an Alka-Seltzer, Rocky. You're so nice.
All right, then.
Most of the stuff that kind of gives you that.
Got a question. Royalties in. We've got a Vic. Okay, I got a question for you a lot. I usually do super sweet, but place I usually order from ran out. I order ethyl maltol instead. I use 0.5% sweetener in my mix. How much ethyl maltol will I need to use? You use fruit. It's going to mute it, mate.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
ethyl maltol isn't a sweetener. It can sweeten because it's what's used in the cotton candies.
Yes.
But it's more used to blend flavors together, and it can also mute flavors as well.
Yes.
I really like using it in custards, and I've used it up to about 1% in custards. But that's because I want the creams to actually blend with the actual custard itself. But it's not going to give you that sweetness that you want from super sweetener.
No.
Yeah, that's not a 1-to-1.
So that little nip of strawberry that you put in is going to be dead.
Oh yeah, you lose that completely.
Strawberry. It's for the peach custard. Yeah, that strawberry's gone. Fucking gone is that, mate.
If you can't get hold of super sweet, just pick up one of the other sweeteners. Fruvora have a sweetener. Flavor West do sweetener, which I think it's just called flavor. It's just Flavor West sweetener.
Yeah, don't.
Almost every flavor house has a sweetener available.
There's the
you want a 1-to-1 if you can't get cap, get Pearl. It's pretty close to 1-to-1.
Use that, yeah.
The other thing to watch out for is TFA have a sweetener. Now again, that's a sweetener that I'll normally reach for if I'm using it in desserts or custards, because it's not just sweetener on its own. It is a little bit of ethyl maltol in there as well.
Yeah.
So
that's what that sugar daddy did, wasn't it? Because that would have mixed you of fucking everything, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like 3 or 4 different sweeteners mixed together. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say try neotame, which is cap extra sweet, is it? Is that what cap extra sweet is?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. If you can't get the cap super sweet, get the extra sweet, which is, I think it's not quite full on neotame, but it's like a little bit of both in it. It's
a hybrid. It's like a hybrid almost.
Yes.
It is sweeter than super sweet though, so I would start it a little bit lower down. I'd start at if you use 0.5, I'd start at 0.25. Yeah, 0.25, 0.3, and just build it up a little bit rather than putting in 0.5 and finding that the juice is then far too sweet for you.
And the nicotine is the ones that they've started using in commercial liquids. So if you like that
Disposables.
sweet thing, that's what you're getting. Yeah, that's the nicotine. Yeah, Mike says Vic had to drop a tate and lyle, it'd be okay. Get some sucralose.
But we also got to remember how Vic mixes. Remember, he takes a big bottle and tries to pour it out instead of, using a regular flavor bottle.
Oh, we're right, yeah.
Nibble on it.
Yeah, Finney's put in Polar Blast is a mix of menthol and WS3 Colada. So you're not going to do what the WS23 does. That's why you get it on the exhale rather than the inhale on your Polar Blast.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't use the ethyl maltol in your peach custard, Vic, because you're probably going to end up losing some of your peach.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be custard.
Yeah, you get a really nice custard, but not else. Yeah, I'm a screw it close enough kind of mix. Yeah, but if it works for you, it works for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean that could work out. That could work out all right unless you actually start swapping flavors over, and then the screw it close enough could really screw your juice up.
Throwing EM in as a sweetener might be one of those situations you might not enjoy as much as you think.
Yeah. So ethyl maltol. Yeah, it's not going to do it's not going to do what you want it to do. But like I say, that extra sweet, that sweet's all right. It is sweeter. It is sweeter. And like I say, if you get neotame itself, then use that instead. But I don't know where you go. I'm guessing you're going. Are you going to Alchemist Cupboard, or are you going to the e-cig shop, Ryan's? Because it says they're out of it, but Noms won't be out of super sweet, will they?
No, and
Noms
if they are out of super sweet, then you'd be able to just get any one of the other numerous sweeteners anyway from there.
Yeah, just go over to Noms. Subscribe to the email. They send you a fucking discount code every fucking weekend that keeps going up and down.
Yeah, JVJ is saying that Alchemist Cupboard has got it.
Yeah, you can get it off for Barry. Like I say, if you go to Alchemist Cupboard and use AAFFL for some money off.
I don't have any. I don't think I have a code over there.
Right, Alchemist is out. Barry's out. Well, just send him a private message and say to him, "Send me some neotame."
Oi,
He'll
Barry!
be using that.
Oi, Barry! Sort it out.
Sort it out, Sam. Get him to bring some down at Expo. Say, look, bring me a fucking bottle, you fucker. No. If I knew where mine was, I'd fucking bring some down for you, but I don't know where my fucking bottle is, to be honest with you. I've lost my extra sweet, I lost my fucking super sweet as well.
When is Expo? That's this weekend, is it, Benny?
Not this weekend, next weekend. 10th.
Oh, it'll be too late by then. Vic will already be a gallon deep in his custard.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not really wanting it for that, he's wanting it for his bath. To sweeten his milk when he's having his milk baths. You know what I mean?
All he has to do is use some milk and honey then. Apparently. Yeah. Rocky says so.
Rocky's secret.
Get a hold of Rocky, talk to him, get past his goons, you'll be all set. You can get enough.
So we're on about this with mango. We'll get back to that. What mango we're going to be using then? A good one for the couple of mangoes that you can pick up. So we said
FA Indian.
Yeah.
Cap sweet mango. Cap sweet mango is more of a sort of candied mango.
Yeah.
The FA Indian is very more of a realistic type. The Flavora sweet mango. Is it sweet mango? Or just Flavora mango?
I believe there's a couple different mangoes by Flavora, and I think they're all good.
Yeah, the one I'm thinking of is more like it's like a really thick mango sort of pulp, or almost comes across. It's a little bit juicier, but not a full-on mango juice.
Ripe mango is a pretty good one from Flavora. Sweet mango cap, sweet mango from Flavora.
I think if I was going to be doing a mango cheesecake, I wanted to actually blend with the actual cheesecake part as well, and the coconut, I would probably go with the
A mango.
FA. I'd probably go with the FA or the cap.
That's what I thought. There are 3 different mangoes by Flavora. All of them are pretty good and solid. Just a little bit different in textures and sweetness.
Yeah.
But they have 3 different ones. They have a sweet mango, they have the ripe mango, and then they just have regular mango.
Yeah, it is the sweet mango I'm thinking of. That's more like a mango sort of pulp.
What about the coconut? Because, like I say, coconut, I've got desiccated coconut. That's
Well,
actually what
what's he trying to make? A cheesecake?
Yes.
Yeah,
Toasted coconut cheesecake. Start off with.
yeah,
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
perfect.
This
I
is
mean,
like the best cheesecake for coconut cheesecakes. Is toasted coconut
Yeah.
cheesecake by Perum. Obviously, I love it. I mean, I use it a lot.
yeah, it's really, really good. It depends as well if you actually want the coconut sprinkles on top. If it's coconut sprinkles you want, then it's desiccated coconut.
Yes.
Desiccated
But if-
coconut. Yep.
But if it's coconut throughout, then with using Purellum toasted coconut cheesecake as a base, you can actually I put a little bit of FLV sweet coconut in there.
Right.
Yep.
So would you just use that as your base? You wouldn't add any other coconut with it? We just straight up use that?
Well, like Liam just said, you could add the sweet coconut Flavora works nicely because it's it blends well but doesn't take away your cheesecake.
Yeah,
Be
and
careful. Some of them will actually kind of they're almost like a cream that will kind of overpower your cheesecake.
yeah,
So you're more of like going to buy the coconut cream in the end instead of cheesecake.
yeah, and you don't want. I think if you're gonna have coconut and another flavor, you don't want it to scream coconut at
Yeah.
you.
That's what I was thinking too, Martin.
But that's what
I was
saying.
thinking, yeah, I was thinking the candied mango might be better because most of the time you got that syrupy
It's
cookie
like a
drizzle.
drizzle. Yeah, it's like a drizzle
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
mango.
Yeah, so cap sweet mango, Perillum toasted coconut cheesecake, just a little bit of the Flavora sweet coconut. I'm talking like 0.25, just to bring out that coconut from the Perillum just a little bit more. And then you just enhance that crust then on the cheesecake if you wanted to.
Yeah, which I would say probably also Perillum. Cheesecake and graham.
I don't think I've used that one.
But I like the SSA one too, but the SSA one's a little darker. And
Yeah.
if we're doing a mango, you want it lighter, so I would say
Yeah.
the Perillum.
I ain't used a lot of Perillium stuff because we couldn't get them at one time. I've
Yeah.
got it in now, haven't they?
Yeah,
They have
were really,
some wonderful flavors. They really do.
yeah, they
Yeah,
were
they-
really hard to get hold of over here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd never got that much Perillium stuff. Like I say,
I mean,
we're
that
always-
cheesecake on graham I'm talking about is right here.
I literally
there.
just put it in a bottle.
I'm assuming Noms have got them all in, haven't they?
Yeah, Nams has them. That's where I got mine.
Yeah. So I'll have to have
Actually,
a look. I need to make an order.
I
need
believe
to-
Bull City has them now too.
Yeah, I need to make an order because I want to get some stuff for making us. You know, when you're just bored of stuff, and I'm now bored of e-liquids, and I don't know what I want. I have no idea what. I want.
And if you want to add a little extra goo to it, yeah, Yes We is always your little gooey.
Oh yes,
friend.
we. Oh, you can't be a bit like yes, we cheesecake.
You can add that. It works fine with the Perlums too. It works great with them. I actually like that trifecta right there,
Yeah.
and a lot of them.
Yeah, you just got to be careful when you're doing cheesecakes and things like that. To go back to sort of last week's show or the week before, that is one of those type of profiles that's very, very easy to overcomplicate very
Yes.
quick.
And there's the SSA version, so you can tell I can use either one. This is just darker. That's just a darker graham. So it depends on how you like it. But with a mango, you're looking for brighter notes. I think you'd want to not bury it with that darker graham.
Have those got more of that biscuity base to them than the actual cheesecake itself? Because I mean, a lot of the cheesecakes tend to go the other way. When
The
you get more
SSA
of the
one,
cheesecake.
the SSA one does have a little bit, feels like it's pushes through more, but it's also got like a richer, slightly richer cheesecake in there too. The Perillum though is a nice balanced one. You kind of get a good amount of both. That one's not bad, but you still want to
Depends
boost your
if you want-
cheesecake with either
If
one.
you want more of a biscuit, because like I say over here, we have more of a biscuit base, don't we, than a
Yes,
a
we
cracker.
do. Yeah,
That's
but
what ours is.
we don't tend to have a lot of baked cheesecakes either, because a lot of the
No,
cheesecakes are
no.
sold in like supermarkets and restaurants
Oh,
and
no
things like
bakes?
that.
Yes.
Either no
No
bakes.
Yeah.
No bake cheesecake's good though. I won't complain about it.
Yeah,
No,
it is.
I like a nice
But-
biscuit base on my
But
cheesecake.
again, see, that's where the regional differences are. Do you know what I mean? A lot of your cheesecakes tend to be more leaning towards the sort of baked cheesecake sort of style.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Um,
bakes are very, very common. You still use graham crust instead of a biscuit though.
Yeah.
In most of them.
Yeah, we just smash up digestive biscuits.
Digestive biscuits, that's what I say. A bit of inner biscuit.
Same
yeah.
idea. Same idea.
Yeah.
Free
Yeah.
rider, you all right? Yeah, a bit of inner biscuit, bashed it at the bottom.
Mm.
You know what I do when I'm bored of my usual flavors, Benny?
Well,
That's why it's handy to be a mixer, because it means then you either experiment with something along the same sort of lines but slightly different.
yeah.
So you get that sort of familiar, comforting profile, but with a twist,
Yeah,
which
you know, right?
alleviates that boredom.
I
Or
don't
I-
have an all day vape. That's my issue.
I-
I do not have an all day vape.
I haven't got an all day vape, apart from I've got a profile, which is almost an all day vape for me.
I'm with you on that, Liam.
But I haven't got an all day vape itself. I mean, what I'll end up doing with this custard I'm mixing, I'll probably end up mixing that for another week or two and then swap into a completely different profile
Yeah.
for
I
a
used
while.
to ADV stuff, but then I started mixing. Now I got ADHD when it comes to my flavors. I get bored of it. That's why I was thinking about getting a squonk, getting a Republic squonk at some point. It's like I can't get through a squonk bottle before I'm going to be sick of whatever flavors in it and want something new. It's like that's pointless.
I just
Yeah,
power
what-
through it like that, you see. If I've got a 120 bottle, I just power through it till I finish bottle and then I move on to something else. But I don't have. I just don't have it. I just don't. I wish I did. I wish I could say that I've stuck with this one for years. I just haven't got one. I just haven't got. I've got, like, say, I've got a profile that I like. I like a strawberry. I like donuts every now and again. I like a cheesecake. I like lemons. But I don't have that thing where I've gone, wow, that is one I'm going to vape all the time. I don't know how people
Yeah.
do it. I don't know how people
No,
do it.
I don't either, because I mean, I'm the same with actual food.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I've got my favorites,
Yeah.
but I couldn't eat those every day either,
No.
because
I'm
I
saying-
just get sick of them.
So Liam, that's when you pick a food item like pizza. You can have something different every damn time. It's still pizza.
Yeah, but like I said, I have pizza and I have pizza tonight.
Yeah,
after
so-
show and,
Yeah, so I'll either get something that's a familiar profile with a little twist, or I'll start thinking about what I've been vaping, and it'd be, oh well, I haven't had this sort of profile for 6 months.
Yeah.
So I'll make that up in this profile. I know I like that profile, so I'll just mix something up in that.
yeah. That's just, yeah. I just, yeah, and it is, I think,
Yeah.
because I see a liquid and I think, oh, that sounds nice. And sometimes I get highly disappointed when I got this Bams cannoli. Strawberry cannoli. Bams. Right. I thought, I'm going to love that. But it's American. It's that fucking sweet. It claws your teeth.
Yeah, that's a lot of the commercial juices or less.
And I just.
What was
I've got
Nevins in on trying to make it?
Mate, honestly, I've done half a bottle. Half a bottle. That's,
I think
that's
it's-
it.
When you've been DIY mixing for a while, that's the problem. A lot of the commercial juices then are too sweet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There are some out there that aren't overly sweetened, but they're still going to be sweeter than what we would normally vape. I mean, like Vic was saying, he uses 0.5% of super sweet in his mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt you're going to find any commercial mix with 0.5%
don't. No,
of super
you
sweet
don't,
in
no.
it.
No.
John, what is it? Is it holy cannoli? I'm sure is it holy cannoli? That's a really good cannoli one. I'm sure it's called holy cannoli.
Well, is anyone in chat got an ADV? Or are you the same as us, whereas you've got a favorite profile, but you haven't actually got a juice
I
in
think
that
the
profile
closest,
that you constantly make?
the last ADV that I can remember that I still don't mind getting today, and thanks to one of our friends, I got a pretty good clone of it, is the Shamrock Cookie by Sad Boy.
Yeah.
That one still, I can vape quite a bit of that. But I get sick of it and have to switch off it every now and then. It's just too rich and sweet, like Benny was saying.
Yeah. Like I said, I think probably is very sensitive to harshness even back when smoking. Couldn't smoke strong cigs, only weaker tobaccos. So I get burned by so many juices that just catch my throat on the inhale. Vic, yeah, we know Black Vine is generally ADV, been vaping for years. Peach Gusties for the past half a decade, yeah. But I couldn't do it. I don't know. I just, yeah. JVJ has 10 juices a day from a custard to fruits on single molds also. Black Fives, yeah. They're releasing a new one as well. He's releasing a new one, is Jay. I have seen. I don't know what the flavour profile is, but I've seen that he's teasing that he's releasing a new juice. But I'm not sure what the flavour profile is. I'm sure it'll be a banger. That's for sure. And he does 120 mils now, so instead of just 60 mils. I'm waiting for him to bring the concentrates out, like he said he was going to do. That's what he needs to do.
Oh, so
I can mix my own.
Yeah, that's why you need to jump back on, Benny. Watchford.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you were saying the other day that you haven't had that jam.
No, that jam
The
one.
jam's hard for a while. Jump back on that.
I'm going to do once he because he does 120s of it now. So a 60 mil one just didn't last long enough on him. So yeah, but I know he's releasing a new one. I seen it up on the X. It showed up on there. I've seen it on there.
I mean, I obviously could have went further with my today, but I knew I was only going to vape on the one for today because I'm really enjoying it. But I always have like 6, 8, 10 setups, 7 tests.
I tried vaping multiple setups, and one, I just couldn't be bothered re-wicking that many setups all the time.
No, I could. It takes me all the time to re-wick one.
And two, what I was finding was I'd have my bottle of juice, and I'd have that in every single setup anyway. So I may as well.
I did that last week. I grabbed the wrong bottle and put it in the wrong one. Remember, it's disgusting. The crossover was not good. I can't remember what the two were, but they did. It was like one was a gummy, and the other one I think was the brown sauce needs bleach. There, the one I made to pick on Nick. Those and brown sugar cookie, and then you got like a fruit gummy, a citrus sour fruit gummy. It's like they did not blend together very well at all. So that was one of the reasons why I stuck with one today.
Yeah,
because I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, Vic don't know what it is. He's sending it over, but he don't know what it is. That's no good. I thought we might got some insider tips.
Martin, with the harshness, if you find the brand that you're okay with, and generally most of their flavors, then okay. It could be anything. You could find it could be the flavor house that they're using, like you just said. There's some flavors from some flavor houses can be quite harsh. Peach is one of those. It can have a bit of little bit of a throatiness to it. Some of it could possibly even be the PG that they're using.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could even be the Nic shots.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're using the pre Nic 10 mils, then it could definitely be the Nic that they're using. If you're going to your B&M and picking up a bottle of juice from there, and they throw in their house Nic shots with it, it could just be that brand of Nic shot.
That brand or the age house could have been sitting around a while.
Could be.
Yeah. I tell you, if you are finding it that sometimes if it is your nicotine and you're finding that, I get the hybrid. That's why I get hybrid.
Yeah.
So 72 ml hybrid, which is what is it? Which is like a little bit of it's like what is it? Riot Squad did. So it's not quite a full on salt, but it's not quite a full on freebase. It's like a mixture of both. I find that I like because it's not too harsh, but it's quite smooth as well.
Yeah.
The health
on-
cabin egg roll. I think he's talking about the health cabin egg
Yeah,
roll.
it was. The
Which
DTF, that's the name I haven't heard for a while. Daytime Frank.
Daytime Frank, yeah, he just disappeared, didn't he? I hope Cloud Chuck. I
Oh,
hope
he's doing fine.
managed to find. Well, I hope he's managed to find his way out of wherever he was last time I talked to him.
he's fine. He's still doing that. As last I knew, he was still doing that other trucking show, and I just chatted with him on a post a few days ago.
Yeah,
maybe a week ago or two.
He's currently doing a 40,000 point turn. He is, Benny.
yeah, he's still good. Yeah, Cloud Chuck, all right, mate.
He was trucking a whole bunch of really nice cars last I saw pictures of him. What he was trucking.
Dustin said, I think the longest all day vape for me was Redis for 2 years. That was many years ago, though. Yeah, I think when you was first started, like I just used to do a strawberry and a vanilla.
It's Heisenberg and Pinkman for me.
Yeah. So, but now because there's that many flavors out there,
yeah,
you just can't pick it. Do you know what I mean?
Our shop ruined us for it. We kind of would have went ADV more there if it wasn't for the fact that we were constantly flavor testing for them to see what lines they wanted to pick up and what flavors to pick up.
Yeah.
Even before we were single flavor testing, we were doing a bunch of testing.
Yeah, before we even started mixing, we were testing.
Juice
flavors.
had blueberry lemon for me. I was on that for a
Yeah.
good 6 months until Tim started mixing, and then I didn't like commercial juice anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are going to find that they are going to be looking at flavour because obviously everything for us is going for House of Lords at the moment, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, you are going to have to start looking at if they do go down the routes of changing flavours, what you can and can't have. You might not get your all-day vape anymore. You might have to try and replicate it. Do you know what I mean?
Hopefully they're not going to go down the route of just banning all flavours except for tobacco.
Yeah. They're not at the moment. They are because people in House of Lords are saying, look, it's not about the flavours. Do you know what I mean? They don't. And other people saying, yeah, it's all about the flavours. No, it's not about the flavours. Yeah, it's all about the flavours. So the backwards and forwards at the moment with it.
Because kids like flavors, but adults apparently do not like flavors.
Yeah.
But it's okay, though. These are food flavorings. So you should be able to still get it, technically.
Yeah, I mean, as we've ranted before on this show, it's perfectly fine to have a bottle of strawberry and cream flavour Baileys or a bottle of strawberry and cream flavour vodka or rocket pop flavour vodka.
Moonshine, that was actually pretty good.
Or alcohol pops are perfectly okay, and they're not aimed at kids, even though kids love pop.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Your alcohol-infused ice creams you can get now in most places.
Jellies, you get jelly. Yeah, so yeah.
No, Jello shots. Yeah, Jello shots. Yeah.
So we just have to see what happens with us, but it is time for people to sort of look at it and start thinking, I might get a few. Yeah. Even if it's like we said last week, even if it's just concentrates, as in one shots.
Yeah.
Get a few.
Or get some flavorings that maybe you can add to the base flavors later if they do have one. You might get away with actually mixing if you're just starting. Get a flavor that has a base profile you like, and then add a few flavors to it to make it what you want. Still technically kind of mixing, but it's also going to give you a result a lot easier and a lot less stressful.
Even looking at one shots, you might end up saving yourself a little bit of money because you might find your favorite brand and your favorite juice might very well be available as a one shot.
Oh yeah, there's quite a lot now out as one shots. Yeah. Quite a lot out there as one shots. I know that. What is it? The e-cig shop at the moment, if you liked Nev's Neon Sauce, he's got a deal on them at the moment for Neon Sauce. So you can get the Ginger the Snob, the Lemon Bar, and whatever else it is. Other one, Ginger Snob, Lemon Bar, and Slimer. You can get them at the moment on a deal, if you want to.
That's a good point, Martin.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally
coming out with a name.
these
Yes.
flavorings to make food. I've made cakes with them. I make our ice cream base and we use these flavors.
Yeah,
A
I'm not saying
taffy
they won't
peanut
do
butter
that.
from
I
Wonder
mean,
flavor makes a beautiful ice cream.
Oh
the
yeah,
commer-
they won't be able to ban
they won't be able
DIY
to ban,
flavors
no, but they will be able to
because
ban the flavors that you can buy commercially.
yeah, I mean they can turn around and say, well, we don't want cake flavors available anymore as a short film,
Yes,
and that's it. You can no longer buy cake flavored short films.
yes, yes.
Hi,
You can,
Hanky.
hey, Panky, you can no longer buy. We don't want any mixed fruits. We
Yeah.
just want single fruits.
Yeah.
So we don't
Yeah,
want no
that's what I was
bipolar
saying.
fruits.
If it's that's exactly what I was saying. If you pick up some flavorings, just a few flavorings, you could just find one you like, maybe the strawberry in it. And if you want a strawberry and cream, but they won't allow it, pick up a cream you like and put it in there, and just put a few drops in, and you'll be all set.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. If they do go down that way, that's a good shout, is that? Because if they do go down the way of just saying, right, you can have a custard, you can have a cheesecake, it's just a cheesecake, a custard, you can have a tobacco, and that's it, and single fruits. You can always, like Tim's saying, you can always add some strawberry to it.
Or buy both concentrates and get a third bottle and mix them half
just
and
mix
half.
half and
There you
half.
go.
Yeah, exactly, half and
yeah.
half.
There you go.
Just mix them yourself. Yeah, exactly. Half of a strawberry and half of a custard. Mix them together, and you still
You
do
just
the
have
same
to
thing,
be
haven't
have to be willing to
Right.
do a little bit more work than just grab the bottle and
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
I mean
That's all.
that's another good road into mixing there. I mean, my very first, I suppose, foray into mixing was mixing Heisenberg and Pinkman together to get Heisenpink.
Yeah.
We used to do that quite a bit. Mix some of the ones that weren't quite what we wanted, but we'd mix them half and half, or a quarter to one, and do that. We used to do that before we ever started mixing.
I
Because
just
there were some
got dregs.
we kind of like, but they weren't quite right. It's like, but if you mix it with this one, it's kind of bland. Oh, they're actually nice.
Yeah, sometimes
Not
it can.
that one.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a happy little accident, and you haven't. You got half a tank left of one juice. So you gone out and bought a completely different juice. You can't be bothered wait. You can't be bothered waiting until you vape that half. So you just top up your tank and go.
Yeah.
Hang
Or
on a
you,
minute.
or
That
if you're
tastes good.
dripping, you just drip the
Yeah.
other one on top, and then you can tell ahead of time. And okay, that's
Yeah.
not bad together. Maybe I'll mix the two.
Yeah. Victor said I heard it's a ruse. They are setting the flavours to then push through a plain packaging is carrot and a stick, and then John says he's same thing. They're talking about the names and the packaging. I think they'll regulate that before banning flavours. When watching the talk show, yeah. So it sounds like packaging is going to be
the same sort of route as they've done with tobacco with cigarettes.
Yeah, Brent.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they did that in Canada a while ago.
Cloudchuck say, is there a pistachio and hazelnut recipe I could try and DIY mix for it? Is there a decent pistachio and
What's
hazelnut
that?
mix?
What was Steve's?
I mean, TFA, the TFA pistachio is really nice if you like a nice creamy, more almondy sort of pistachio. And Flavor West hazelnut, that's really good as well. I think that would be a good way to actually start experimenting with mixing with just those two flavors. See what you get.
Hi, John.
Pistachio cream from Wonder Flavors is nice too.
Or there's the Joy from, is it FA?
Joy.
No,
Yep.
Joy isn't pistachio.
I thought that was coffee.
I thought
There
it
is
was
one,
Joy
though.
that was
It's-
pistachio.
No, Joy is the it's like the doughy. It's like I'm pretty sure that is the doughy, yeasty component of donuts. Joy.
Stick them in an ice cream. That's what I'm doing, Graham. I'm actually going to be mixing up some ice cream base after the show. I'm just trying to decide what flavor I want.
So with Flavor West hazelnut, Cloudchucker, yeah.
Yeah, it's not Joy, but there is an FA one. It's not named.
What
is it?
Net saying Joy is a rotting donut.
Yeah, what is
It's
it?
not Joy.
There is FA does have a pistachio that's not called pistachio though.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
mean,
remember. We had Steve-O put it in his mix and he loved it
I mean,
afterwards.
FA Joy is really nice if you use it really low.
Got it. You're right.
Don't go chucking it in a mix of 2% and expect to get a donut out of it.
So he's asking for a recipe because he wants to screenshot it.
I think he's looking for Steve-O's because Steve-O had a really good one.
Steve-O did.
I don't like pistachio, so I can't really help with this one, though.
He made a pistachio pudding.
Fiddy says, in a way, a green joy, yum. Doesn't sound nice.
Oh, Kerplop, as you can see, I haven't got a date for that funeral for you yet because Tim is still here, so we still
Is that what it is? In a way, Green Joy? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Maybe it wasn't FA. It might be Green Joy.
Maybe.
I mean, because
I think that is it.
Because you went straight to saying joy, it probably is in the way of green joy.
Yeah.
Probably because I swear I remember Joy.
That we hold so many names and so many brands up here that it's so easy to get them all mixed up.
Especially when you do all this single flavor testing and you're like all over the place. And I'm the crazy one. I do not put my notes on the computer. They are literally all handwritten. I do not type them out ever.
Do we have to do emojis like they do on them TikTok where they go bird, banana, bird, banana, bird, banana, bird,
chicken,
banana, banana.
I'd rather we.
Praise the Lord.
I'd rather we didn't, Benny.
Kimsey, you all right?
There's Steve-O's recipe right there in chat.
Yeah, Floppy also
Green Joy
Green
is
Joy
in
Innerwear
Innerwear
is
the
the
pistachio.
pistachio.
And he made it V2. Was the V2
Matt
the
says,
one with the...
Don't like
Yes, that's what it was.
pistachio,
Look.
macadamia, nusses.
It was Green Joy we had him add for the V2. Right there's the V2.
We'll bring recipe up. He wants to screenshot it.
I went on a pistachio testing spree and
Trev, you all right?
I found they either lent more towards sort of
My
almonds.
ad blocker ain't working no more as well. So, yeah. Pistachio pudding cake V2 by Steve-O. And it's fluffy white cake, 2%. Frosting from Cap at 1. Green Joy Innerwear at 1. Pistachio TPA at 3. Pound cake Flavora at 1.5. Super sweet Perlum at 1/2. And vanilla pudding Flavora at 2.
So there you go, mate. Just leave it on. Go up a bit.
Well,
Do you want a fluffy cake one?
Yeah, there's no hazelnut in that, though, is there?
No,
But
you could add hazelnut.
Easily add a hazelnut to that and make it still be
Yeah.
delicious.
So
The
get,
Flavor West hazelnut's
West
really
hazelnut.
good. The Nom's
drop-
hazelnut was really good.
Could you drop the one of the pistachios out and put the hazelnut in instead?
The pistachios were to put the pistachio forward, though, so you're going to lose some of your pistachio. But if you're adding hazelnut, you're going to lose some pistachio anyways because
that's
you're
what I'm
going
saying.
to
So
you're
you're
going to
gonna-
kind of blend it out a little bit.
Yeah. So
Maybe
instead
drop
of
the
having two
TPA a little.
pistachio- Yeah.
I'd still use it both because you're going to need that combo. Because one's the drier component, one's the moisture component. But
Apparently
Oh,
there's software that can scan your notes and digitize them now.
yeah, I don't want to do that. I like having. I'm old fashioned. I am definitely.
she likes to
old-fashioned. I
destroy
like
trees.
having my handwritten notes. I have very neat handwriting, so it's easy to read.
As we discussed earlier too at the start of the show, it's not destroying trees; it's keeping lumberjacks employed.
Well, I was a lumberjack before,
And
so yeah, I mean,
my
that's our joke.
uncle-
It was always our joke.
My uncle was a lumberjack.
When I first got out of high school, I worked as a lumberjack. And
I
throughout
remember
high school, I
wishing
worked in
happy
the
birthday tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
worked in a
well,
lumber yard
it's,
and sawmill.
Lady Liberty's birthday tomorrow.
I didn't say me. I said my uncle.
You said it was
Uncle.
your
Yeah, it is your birthday tomorrow.
No,
Well,
it's
happy
not.
birthday
It's Uncle
to
Brent and Uncle
you.
Brian's birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Happy 40,000th year
to
to on Earth.
Happy birthday to Lady Liberty. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yes, there's an awesome smartphone app that can take a picture of your notes and creates PDF. It's called Stack.
No.
That would only work for me, Brian, if it's able to
Hey,
read
Birdie.
a
You
spot.
all right,
A
you
spot.
big, beautiful birded bastard.
It would only work for me if it was able to read a spider that had dunked all 8 legs into ink and then walked across
All
the
right.
paper.
Yeah, John, it is a pistachio flavor.
Yeah.
Green Joy
Barry-
is
Look how
pistachio.
neat my handwriting is. I don't need anything like that. I can
It's
read it.
invisible.
If you
It's
could
so
see
neat.
it.
It's invisible.
See? I have very neat handwriting.
You do. Look at that.
Very legible.
Cloud Sugar Barry's saying that Flavor West creamy hazelnut is better than
Yes.
the ordinary one.
Yes, that is that's the hazelnut I was thinking of. I forgot.
So maybe
I
pick
forgot
that
Flavor
one.
West.
That would
had
go
too.
really well in that recipe
Yes,
if you
in
did
that
want to add
recipe.
it.
Yes. That'd go better in that recipe as a cake, wouldn't it?
Yeah, fitty.
So, and JVD, Green Joy is a pistachio flavour. Why didn't you just call it pistachio instead of Green Joy? Green pistachio.
Inaware and FA are notorious for making things more complicated than they need to with their names. They just are.
What have you done?
The spicy lime. It's a zesty lime, but we got to call it spicy because that makes sense. Translation error.
Back over into my elbow.
Had us terrified of that flavor. We got into test. It's like, oh, this is delightful, but it's not spicy. So
A couple of says probably the only real tasting pistachio at that. There you go.
yeah,
So if you have
I think it is one of the best.
fan, you have a pistachio fan, pick that up.
It's the only one that's got like a little bit of saltiness to it. Like you actually pick up a little saltiness in there, and not just straight up like saline salty either. Like proper tasting salty nut. I know. Hanky just heard that and got all excited.
Yeah, a lot of people like a salty nut.
Wait a minute. Don't say that too much. We'll end up seeing a nut sack again.
Yeah. But I'm saying Green Joy is a great flavour. I'm not a massive fan of nuts, so do you know what I mean? That's in my vape. I don't like nuts in my vape at all. I can't do it. I just don't think it does anything for me. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't a nutty vape. I think it put me off when I got a vanilla that tasted like peanut.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of peanut. I don't mind peanut butter or the Flavor West creamy hazelnut, but I found some of the other nuts aren't quite for me either. I found a lot of the pistachios either led towards almond, like the TFA pistachio, or they become full-on roasted pistachios, and I don't want a roasted pistachio in my vape.
The roasted ones can really darken your mix so fast and so harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's saying if you want spicy, add some capsicum.
Really,
have that.
really nice
We
nut
tested that
flavor
single flavor tested that for Bull City.
is the Flavora beer nuts. That is a really good flavor. The Flavor West butter pecan.
The peanut brittle from Wonder Flavors is really good. The Noms ones are the like roasted ones and the nuts and stuff are really good, but they're kind of on that darker side, like you were just talking about, Liam, where they can really take a mix to the dark side. Really,
yeah. That Kopi Luwak coffee. I'm assuming that is that Civet Cat crap one.
Is that what it is? That cat shit one?
Yeah, I think so.
So
I mean, it's not going to taste like cat shit because obviously they wash all the beans off and everything before roasting them.
I like to hope everything goes well at dentist.
It's supposed to be something about it being partly digested by the cat or something.
Yeah, I thought they did some. Didn't they do badger one? Was it a badger or something like that?
I have no idea.
Well, they used to make vanilla from the anal glands of beavers.
Yeah. Apparently, I've got to check out Rocky's nutsack.
We've seen it Rocky, 1,000 times.
Don't that have beer nut in it? That one.
Yes, yeah,
probably. I think so. Yeah.
Flavora beer nuts.
Yeah.
What is that recipe I made, hun? The peanut brittle one. I made the brittle. That turned out really authentic.
I think it was Lady's Brittle Nuts.
Cassie's Brittle Nuts.
Or Cassie's. Yeah. One or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll share it.
I only like, to be fair, in real life, I only like pistachio.
Cassie's Brittle Nuts.
And a few
Butterscotch cream pie from Wonder Flavors at 2.5. That's to offset that same thing we're just talking about, Liam. That's in there on purpose to lighten it up a little. And then Butterscotch Natural Flavor West at 2. Honey Roasted Peanuts, Wonder Flavors at 1. Super Sweet Pearl at 1. And Toasted Almond from TPA at 0.5. This actually tastes like a peanut brittle.
It was really good. I vaped a couple bottles of it. I had to make me.
Yeah.
I don't like
because that was before I started mixing.
There you go, Brian. Flavour. Do you want to bring up? He wants us to show off his nutsack.
Don't give in.
I'll bring up Rocky's nutsack just for Benny.
Liam just
And-
wants to play with Rocky's
and-
nutsack. He wants to
and-
touch it.
And just to give Rocky the satisfaction that his nutsack has been on YouTube again.
Yeah.
So that this is Rocky's nutsack. Flavora being nuts at 0.6, 1-on-1 honey puff cereal at 1.4, and SSA peanut butter at 2%.
But you can't show that without reading the comments.
And the nutsack. Let's see, if you love peanuts, put your hands on Rocky's nutsack. This is a full sack of nuts. Yeah, and I'm completely enamored with my nutsack. Christmas gift, I'm really liking it. Best sack I ever put my hands on. Perfect size. This is impressive. I have wanted a nutsack for some time and just never pulled the trigger. This is huge. And the others are too long. I can't be bothered reading them.
Yeah, exactly, Martin. Yeah, it's like when people kicked off about hedgehog flavoured crisps. You won't remember them, I don't think, will you, Liam?
Yeah, I remember
Hedgehog
them.
flavoured crisps.
Yeah.
They were nice, actually. I used to like hedgehog flavoured crisps, to be honest with you. They were lovely.
Yeah, they weren't really hedgehog flavour.
No.
It was just a very clever marketing ploy.
They banned them, though, didn't they?
Yeah, because they ban everything fun.
I think they banned
Yeah,
them.
true.
No. Like I say, a lot of things that you...
You want to keep
see.
things around, never admit to liking them.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what did me? Sweet cigarettes when they stopped doing them.
Yeah,
Cigarette packet.
I
Yeah, you
hated
used-
that. I used to like those candy cigarettes. Which kind? You're talking about the hard stick ones, right? Not the one
Yes,
they had the
the
ones that
hard
were like a foam, almost like gum.
Yeah.
You could blow through and they'd
Yeah.
puff at the end.
Oh no, the ones we had were more just like a candy. You just put them in your mouth. You
And
pretend
they had
to
the
smoke.
one right.
Yeah.
They had the one red end on them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
you
red end,
pretend
like a rolly, wasn't it? Like-
Yeah, you pretend to smoke for like 3 or 4 drags and then just munch it down.
It was
Yeah.
basically almost like a round version of the stick you use for like that sour dip stuff. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
idea, except for there was, yeah, and then they got rid of them because you can't have those as a kid.
Oh, you can
'cause
still
that
get
things
them.
you're gonna
They're just
smoke
called
when you get
candy
older.
sticks now. Just called candy
Yeah.
sticks now, not sweet cigarettes. So,
But it's just funny that that's why people smoked is because they had candy cigarettes when they were a kid, because that's logic that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I don't
And-
know.
Ryan said a peanut brittle sounds awesome. Dude, that Wonder Flavor peanut brittle, you can one shot that and it's pretty spot on with just a little sweetener.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, they just tend to go, you're having too much fun. So we're either gonna ban it or tax it.
Oh yeah.
We gotta make it look bad before they can tax it, so they're gonna ban it first.
Freaking
Yeah.
Karens.
Yeah, that's what I say about it. They still have candy sticks, but it's not with the red end. They're just called candy sticks.
Yeah.
And Caleb says Wonder Flavour candy stick candy is the exact same flavour.
I mean, you can still get them. They're called candy sticks, but you can get like the bags of the boxes of them
Yes,
at the
but you
dollar
can't get them
store.
like you used to do in a cigarette packet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the ones that actually said like Lucky Strikes on them and Cools.
And they
They
don't have
actually
like
said
the
on 'em.
red on the end anymore, so
yeah.
it looks like it's lit and yeah.
Yeah. Yes, unfortunately. Different times. Unfortunately. Right. I think we're going to wrap it up. Wrap it up for tonight.
You probably should after playing with Rocky's nutsack. You probably should have wrapped
Exactly.
before that.
Exactly. Add his
You
nuts
gotta go
on my
wash your
chin.
hands now.
Well,
Yeah,
especially because his nutsack has gone worldwide. You know,
Liam needs a long hot shower after that.
Yeah, feel a bit dirty.
No, it's a cold shower, Tim. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Oh, even
That's where
worse.
Hanky's gone. Hanky's gone for his cold shower. Right, so we'll go around and say our goodbyes. We will start with Lady Liberty.
Thank you. Have a great week. And I'll pass it to Tim.
Yep.
Oh, bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a great week. Next Tuesday will be the 7th episode of the Butterscotch Caramels. And this weekend, we're going over sour mixes on purpose, trying to draw out. I want to see someone break the code to bring a real full sour. It still could happen. It's really hard to get sour mixes to come through full sour, as Liam well knows. It's difficult. So I figured let's have a challenge weekend here. Let's try and get people to get together and make it. So Liam, I expect something really good from you. Pass it to Liam.
The key, Tim, is just a little bit of sweetener to bring out that sour.
You
note.
have to have, well, sometimes a lot of sweetener depending on the sour. Might need it, but yeah, sweetener does help.
Right. Thanks everybody. Been a great show as always, and we shall see you next week. Bye. Over to Benny.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Absolutely fantastic that you put questions in, and we could help you out along your mixing journey. If you have got any questions, you can email to
mixersmailbox@gmail.com. I have it open right now. We don't have any questions for today's show. We do have a question for this weekend, though.
So yeah, if you do have any questions for the show and you just want to email them, you're not in chat and you want to get in touch, just email there. You can also go over to Monkey on Juice, which is the home of the UK e-liquid mixing show, and join there. And if you have any questions, you can put in there, and we will get round to them because someone will pick it up. Don't forget to check out Tim and Lady on a Tuesday night and also on a Saturday night. Tuesday night, they go through all the single flavour
Butterscotch caramels,
butterscotch caramel, chocolates, toffees, creme brulees, fucking just generally any shit to do with a fucking
sweet gooey mess.
Yeah, basically. They have got chocolate on there if you want to find one of the best chocolates. Go over and see what they thought of that. Also check them out on Saturday night, where they do a little bit games, mixing, all sorts. So yeah, just a general show. We will be back next week, same time, same place. Good night.
Bye.
I know.